Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed. Welcome back. We are here with the 2025 Christmas card swap. The cards you're going to see in this video are all from the amazing card swappers that they have sent in, and I'm doing a video to showcase all the brilliance of what they have sent in to me. We'll talk more about the card swap, but let's just jump into our first card before we get too far. And hello everybody who's on. Hello, hello, hello. All right, so here is our first card. The whole purpose really of this video is to give everybody who's watching some amazing inspiration, and that way it will inspire you to get out and do some card making. So this is our first card. This is from, oh, and I wrote it on the back because it was so tiny and I didn't have my glasses on. Duska Harper. I'm going to pull that off now because she has her beautiful stamp. Please stamp your cards. It's a sign that you have made it. It's also a sign that it is your piece of artwork. And it's also so I don't swap and give your cards back to you by accident. So there's a triple fold and all of that. Let me also know that the sound is okay and everything is good with the lighting. I've worked on getting our lighting a little bit better. All right, so take a look at this gorgeous card. I do my best to explain how the cards are made and how they're put together so you can replicate it with your supplies that you have at home. So she has a neutral cardstock base. This is like a little bit of a craft, but it's kind of more of a beige. It's very, very pretty. And yet customized stamps are so nice. They're so, so fun. She then has a matte of a dark brown, and then she has the red. And on the red, she has corrugated it. So either she has a die that gives it that look of corrugation. It's so fun. Oh, looks and sounds great. Fantastic. Or she has, maybe she's got a crimper or something. There's some really cool crimping tools out there. I love that texture on here. And then she has another mat of the same paper that is from the base of the card. And that's got some really cool detail. It's probably a die is my guess. And then this cute little stamp that's got the cookie jar on there. She's got some little sweet treats she's added. The cookie jar is coming off and look at the cutie stamps in there. Very classic in colors. I love the simplicity of it, but there's so much detail in here, which I think is phenomenal. And then the cutest little stamp, wishing you the sweetest Christmas, because that goes with the cookie jars and the peppermints and all that kind of fun stuff. She also placed a little bit of a glaze, or it's a top layer. I can't quite tell. Maybe it's a little bit of a clear. You can see it kind of shiny on here. So it looks like it's a glass jar, which is so, so cute. I love the little bow on there. All of her cards she made are the same. So she sent in, and I cannot remember, I'm not looking at my spreadsheet, either 10 or 20 cards. And they were identical, but you could do every single one of your cards different. It's up to you. It does not matter. It's just batches of 10 or 20. And just as a heads up, there is still time to join. I know it's super late notice, but to put the cards in the mail is due tomorrow. For you to put the cards in the mail is due tomorrow. So there's still time. A lot of us already have Christmas cards that we've made in the past. So if you are wanting to join, the link to join is down in the information section. Okay, back to her card. And then on the inside, she's put a little fun something inside of there. So here's the requirements for being in the card swap. 1, must be handmade. Check, she's done that. 2, A2 size. We do this because we don't mail envelopes back and forth. Apparently I was about to say fart, but that's okay. We don't send the envelopes because it just saves on shipping both ways. And so this is wholly, the point is for inspiration and for fun, not to break the bank, right? And then have your name on the back is a big one. And then we're giving this to somebody as if they might end up using it for inspiration. So we don't write a personal sentiment on the inside. What I mean by a personal sentiment, not this is totally fine, is we don't write, a letter or a note. You know what I mean? Like if you were going to give this card to somebody as a Christmas card, you might write inside of there. That is not what or sign it or something like that. So we're leaving it open for the person who receives this to do what they want. And that's kind of the gist of the card swap. Send in 10 or 20 cards, all the same, all different. And all of the details are on the information sheet. But these are really, really cute ones from Debbie. They're so, so cute. All right. All right. Next up, I love, love, love when I get little like cards and things. And this one is from Natasha, and she said that she actually was here in the States and she sent this in the mail. Oh, you can leave them blank too, Susie. No big deal. People tend to reuse these cards. And so therefore, if you want to leave it blank on the inside, if you want to put a sentiment like this on the inside, that's totally fine. We're just not handwriting or saying, Merry Christmas to somebody like we're giving them the card. It's something that they could possibly reuse. So that's sorry if I was not clear on that. All right. And so for this one, Natasha, if you are watching, and I will put a message in the Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group for all things cards and crafty related. Come and join us. I do have the postage for Australia in there. So she sent it while she was here in the States. So she saved on postage getting it to me. But this is open worldwide. So right now I have postage for the US. There's different postage for 10 or for 20 cards. There's also postage for UK and Canada. Same postage, go figure. And that's either 10 or 20, it's the same price. And then I just put a postage up there for Australia. If you're ever wanting to be part of the card swap and you don't see a postage for how much it costs to go to your country, let me know. I can look it up and I can make a purchase for that. That purchase basically covers the cost of the return envelope, a little bit of my time to drive to the post office to pick up the cards because it's to a PO box, and then also for the return postage back to you. So that's, and then like the tape and stuff. I basically break even on this. It's not a moneymaker for me. It's for fun, right? You know, we're all doing this for fun. All right. Look at these gorgeous cards. Now they're in packaging. This is another thing. Some people like to put their cards in like a little plastic thing. I left it because I loved how she did this. And she talked about what she made the card with, which I think is fantastic. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, girl. We have some awesome people on. Hey, Christine, Teresa, Susie. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So look at these beautifully foiled cards. So gorgeous. And she says what she used. So she used a Spellbinders Better Press plate for the festive poinsettias. This is a Better Press. Hot foil plate, also the hot foil. So she used the Better Plus plate for the hot foil. And then she used the Glimmer foil, again, all from Spellbinders, for the mini rainbow stripes. So she used a hot foil method to deliver all of this onto her card. I'm going to open up one because I want to see how it opens. If I can figure out where the opening is. Somewhere on here. There we go. And all levels of card makers are absolutely welcome. So she has this inside of each one of her cards, which I think is so much fun. All right. And then here is how this opens. So she left it blank, totally fine. And she also does have her name on the back of her card. I've seen people do stickers. I've seen people do all kinds of stuff. And so just look at how beautiful that foiling is on the hot foil. And then she said the little, the clear drops are from Pink Fresh. So here it goes. And she goes, please take care when removing the card from the cello bag. Don't let anything sticky touch the foil surface as it may remove the foil and spoil the card. I love how she's given us information. That's awesome. But look how pretty. And then it looks like she also did the hot foil on the Merry Christmas and then die cut that out and popped it up. And I would have thought it would have hidden, but it goes in beautifully. Like it doesn't hide. And oh, that shine and sheen. All right, I'm going to put this back in here. So whoever gets this amazing card does not... If I can figure out how to open these bags, are the bane of my existence, I swear. They're not errand friendly. I get the point behind them, keeps the cards nice and safe, and you don't have to put them in bags. You can if you want to. It is totally your call. And then she also put this little tag in my, she sent me a little gift. Oh, I love these little gifts that I get. And just like the little notes I get. Oh, I truly, truly appreciate it. All right. So this one is from Natasha, which her, I will go back and add it. I didn't see anybody who would add it, their Instagram or their YouTube channel, or if they have a Facebook specifically about like card making or crafting. I want to shout them out. So she is Pleasant Cards on her Instagram, and I will put the link down in the information section when we are done. So there's this one. All right. There's the first two. All right, next up we have, and she's got a few cards. Now, the first two people, they did all the same cards. This next round, mostly everybody else, they did a variety. Sometimes they did a bunch of one kind and a bunch of another. These ones are from Debbie Wilson. Look how cute they are. I love it. Very traditional colors. For this card, she has her card base and she's done some fun stuff on the inside. I love the inside where you get just a little sneaky peek of something cool and cute. And that's what she's done for hers. And the layout is very similar, which is why I put these two together. Different, but similar. So you can use this design to help build a card. She's got her white, but then she added a white layer in the background where she has a heat embossed, or sorry, not heat, just regular embossed it to give it this beautiful embossing texture. And the embossing folder she's done on both is a little bit different. So it's just this little bit of something, something in the background. Do you see that? Just a little something, something. Then she has, this one's red, this one's green, and then a pattern paper on top of that. This one, she's matted it and kept it like very straight. This one, she's gone off center, which I think is kind of fun, changing it up a little bit. Then we have a main focal for our sentiment. We have ho, ho, ho. These are like die cuts from a paper pack where you can pop them out, laser cuts. And then she's got this fun little circle over to the side. This one she's layered, so the placement of the two top elements is a little bit different, but you get the idea for the design. Super cute. All right, she's also done a few of these, which is using a wonderful embossing folder as the main focus. So if you've got these build a scene embossing folders, so here is one. This one's a die cut, or it could be a die cut, or these are all die cuts, sorry, not embossing folder, die cuts. Sorry about that. So again, these are all from Debbie Wilson, and you can just handwrite your name on the back. It's very helpful to me as well. So if you've got these gorgeous die cuts that are not just a shape for a one thing, they're like a whole scene, like this one. This is a whole scene. They're beautiful. Use them. Perfect for Christmas. She's die cut it out. She's ink blended on top of it. Add that to a background, put a couple of cardinals in there, and then just put a wonderful sentiment. And if you're ever stuck on sentiments, printing them out and putting them on the inside of your cards is fantastic. What a wonderful way to use your printer. I think that's wonderful. Here's one where it's a whole background of snowflakes, and then she's added some extra snowflakes with a sentiment, some little pearls, little gems on there. Again, ink blended, so it's not just white. So she started with white, ink blended to give it some fun color and texture, and left the inside blank. And then here we have one where it's like a little village, like a Christmas village. She's got Santa flying up. It probably was a combo set. We have the moon up here, ink blended the background and created our little Christmas set. And on this one, she stamped on the inside, believe in the magic of Christmas. Super cute. Love those. I love all the cards. This one was fun. I love a good fun fold. I love a little, ooh, that's different. I've not seen that design or that, creation before. And this one has these little like pop-ups. Look at that. Almost like these little banners in the middle. These are fun. So it's a normal card, I think. Yes, it's a normal card. We're going to open it normally, right? But then the front has got this really cool. So when it would sit on your mantle, it would have this three-dimensional shape to it. So there's got to be there's scoring happening, and then lots of little paper pieces. I love the background paper that she's put on there. It looks like it's like a Christmas sweater. Backed it with red to really pop that. And then there's lots of scoring, and she's glued down all the paper that matches for each one of these little pop-ups, and then placed the main pop-up. Here we have some beautiful poinsettias. It feels like it's out of vellum. She's die cut them and inked them, and this little guy has its little petals are going the wrong way. It got smashed. And so just look how gorgeous. I love the look of the vellum for these flowers. What a wonderful way to use vellum and create a very delicate looking flower versus just using cardstock. And then we have a Merry Christmas sentiment. Very, very pretty. And also from Debbie. She has another really cool fun fold. And she's done it in two different directions. So look at this. I'm a sucker for fun folds. It's one of my like all-time favorites. And it pulls like this. That is cool. I love that. So she's taken an 8.5 by 11. She's cut it down, scored it in certain sections, added her sentiment on the inside, and then the way it's folded, it comes back together. And so it creates that A2 size card. How fun. Now you've got these panels here. So you have this front panel, side panel, and that's what, again, she's done that die cut element with the vellum to creating the flower. So fun. And I just love this opening. I am going to keep one of these because I love the look of this card. And it's just some simple folding and scoring. And it's like, that's so cool. And on the inside, she's used some cool stickers. Very, very cool. And then here's the same card again, but instead of using the square as the big focal point, she's added a rectangle to the front of that. But it's the same concept. She's just pared it down. So if you look at the size of this card here, it's the same thing, if you look. So it's the same concept. She's just sized it down and turned it on the other way. Do a class, and I will probably end up doing a class on this fun fold, more than likely. My reason for doing this is I do tons of classes for summits and events and all kinds of fun stuff. And then I teach them in other ways. I've done tutorials on my YouTube channel on fun folds in the past. I think they're so much fun. And so I get all these amazing inspirations coming to me from these really cool cards that you guys have gone out and figured out or found from another educator or gotten from a class. And then I'm like, ooh, I have to make that. And then I tweak it and like amend it in my own little way. Or I might just, hey, this is a cool idea. I don't know where it's come from besides that it showed up at my swap. So very, very cool. And this is 100% why I do these card swaps. For me I know I do it for you guys too, but for my reason for doing it is because I get these little gems that show up like this because they're just so much fun. So yes, I put cards in the card swap as well. So I have a couple of them that are going to be going up, and so I'm going to take both of these because I love this. I love this. This is so much fun. And then on this card, she put a little like backing on here so it would stand up. So you have this little easel. Look at this. Isn't that fun? So she's given it a little like leg to hang up on. So much fun. Also from Debbie Wilson. So those are mine. Thank you very much. I'm going to put them in my drawer. I have a drawer of inspiration just off to the side of me going, what should I make today? All right, here we have another one. Again, it's a gatefold card, but I love the way it was cut. Normally you just kind of slice it in half, but this time she's done it as a cut where it opens up and it goes whoop like that. Very cool. And it's so much fun. And I just love that it's a little bit different. So what she has done, she's cut the panels. So she cut down her panels a little bit smaller, added some extra fun stuff inside of here. And then she has a rectangle and a square. And then on the other side, she has a square and a rectangle. So when they come together, they match up perfectly. She's turned them into little panels with some beautiful paper. Oops, I'm a little bit off camera. And then a little sticker here and just super cute. And they have a little bit of a, so when they sit, see it, like they kind of pull out, you know, they're not just flat cards, which I think is fun. So they have a little bit of dimension. I love cards that have a big wow, because I don't personally do this because I don't have a very good, well, I do a little bit of it. I love how cards sit on the mantle. I think they're super cool. My mother always put Christmas cards that we got at the holidays up on the mantle. I know some people do like clip trees, or they'll have them on their, like their banister if you've got stairs or something. So it just depends on how you want to showcase them, but, or they'll put them on their fridge with magnets. It just depends on how you're getting them. But handmade cards that can stand up, I think they look so pretty on the mantle. So whenever my kids get birthday cards or Christmas cards, we do have a mantle over our fireplace, and that's where they go and rest for a little while. And until it's been like, oh, you've been 13 for 2 months. Maybe it's time to pull the card down from your birthday. So, but I love cards that have a nice wow factor when they stand up on themselves. So to give a little foot, because it might not stand very well because it's a little top heavy, or to give a little extra, that's so much fun. Again, also from Debbie. Debbie had some great cards. I love them. All right. Next up, we have Danielle. And she's done a variety of different cards. She also sent a little note. I love the handmade notes. Thank you so much. This one is just showcasing the beautifulness of this embossing folder. Look how stunning this three-dimensional embossing folder is. And she just let it shine. And it's so, like, I love the drama of it. I don't know who made it. I'm sorry, I don't have, unless somebody sent me the product name or I just happened to know it by, you know, for whatever reason. I don't know who's made the product, but the whole point of this is not for you to be, oh, I need that product. It's to inspire you to go, oh, I have a really cool embossing folder that would be perfect that I could use on my card. And it's just, it's as simple as that. Look how stunning. You don't have to go over the top for your cards to make them really, really cool. There we go. This one is from Danielle Linton. Very pretty. She has some other gorgeous cards. So these ones are using super cute papers. Again, same design, but two different ways of kind of going around it. So here she's got a pattern paper in the background, matted it with another pattern paper, and just different colors, same concept, pattern paper, a mat. This one she did not pattern, but a cardstock. Beautiful stamp that fits into this rectangle. Here we have Merry Christmas. This one says Believe in the Magic of Christmas. This one she had a little Christmas tree to kind of match the background. This one, our little snowflake needs a little help. That's okay. And then she's added little snowflakes to it. Super cute. There we go. And then just kept it blank, but she's added her stamp to, actually, yes, it's a stamp. Some people have like these clear stickers they put on the background. Or you can handwrite it. Cute, cute, cute. I fell in love with this dog. Oh my goodness, look how adorable this is. Now, I don't know if this is a cut file or if this is a die cut, like from metal dies, but look how cute this is. I love all this. This is all paper piecing, however you got the paper pieces. And I love the bone, wishing you joy, the little cutie dog. Oh, it's just so cute. And so cards that are, this is an A2 size card. So cards that would fit into the A2 size space, totally fine as well if you're wanting to do the card swaps. If you ever do one of my card swaps, they all fit in there just fine. So if it's a square, if it's, you know, like something a little bit smaller than A2, totally fine. They all are gorgeous cards. This is why I love doing this series of videos, because there's so many amazing card makers out there and they all have wonderful, wonderful ideas. And I get so much inspiration and just so much fun from these. And I hope you're getting the same inspiration as well. Take a look at these two beautiful cards. Oh my, oops, that's upside down. This one, I don't know which one's right side up. So I'm going to go with how the card opens. So it goes this way. You sprinkled. So this one is one that both of these are showcasing the die cuts. So using your beautiful die cuts here, I love this one because it was so different. It was an orange versus a flower, and I love that. But she's used it as a border, a beautiful background, and then we just have a pattern paper in the background, but using all these die cut flora that's on there. And I love the orange. It's just something different. Here on this side, we have like all these gorgeous flowers layered on top of this vining background die. It's just so pretty. And then there's like little poinsettias inside of there. So like your whole card, you don't have to put sentiments on the front of your card. You can just let the card shine the way it is, which is what she has done. I just think they're so pretty. And I'm just giggling over this orange because we always used to, my mother, when we were little, put oranges in our stockings. That's what we got for Christmas. And because oranges were like, that was the biggest, it was the fruit that was in season at Christmas time. So it was a special treat to get these beautiful oranges. So I resonate with the orange for sure. Oh, you had a hip replacement, Rosemary. Oh no. Well, there will be another one coming up. I got to get through this one first, and then I will announce what the next one's going to be. And it's obviously not going to be Christmas. So it'll be up to the group to decide what the theme is going to be. And we did it last time where we had 2 different themes going at the same time versus just one. So you could pick and do a little bit of both or pick one or the other. We've also done some on our card swaps where it's been a product. So use this color or use this product, like a gem, or use something sparkly on it. So, or we just leave it open and just have like a theme to it. My goal is this time to do it early enough that we might be able to hit Valentine's Day. That's my goal because we're doing this one early enough this year. And I don't have any crazy conferences that I'm going to in February or March. So I don't have anywhere I have to fly off to where I'm trying to juggle where to do the card swaps at the same time. So we might be able to like swing a Valentine's Day one in there. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to try to do one early enough. So like the cards would be due by like the end of December. So I could get them back to you. So they'd get back to you by February. So let me know if Valentine's Day would be something everybody would want to do. Because to me, that's another amazing card making, holiday that we have. So let me know. All right. Cute Christmas tree. I love cards, the gatefold card, but I love ones that have like a fun opening, and this is definitely a fun opening. It's been die cut, so you can take a Christmas tree die and you can lay it on there and you can cut it up to a point. Or this was a cut file or a die file. Merry Christmas in the center. I love, and the fact that it's got like the border on the inside for this makes me feel like this might be a cut file, or could be like a die cut set. I'm not sure, but I just love this. Super cute. And I am just giggling at this one. So she had so many varieties of cards. These are again all from Danielle. She had some that were stamped. She had some that were die cut. She had some that were coloring. She had some that were fun folds. Like she had a whole variety of cards. And I wear many hats, and that's the beautiful thing about cards is that every card is a little mini piece of art, and you can do whatever you want on it. I've seen stamping. We're going to see a whole bunch of other fun stuff. I've seen sewing. I've seen origami. I've seen all kinds of cool stuff. So I just love the coloring on this and this cute Christmas tree. All the animals. I'm a sucker for animals. And so I love this. It's a coloring. It's been die cut, keeping it simple. We'll have fun. And on the inside, I'm sure it says trimming the tree. Super cute. All right. Those were all from Danielle. Here we go. Again, I love the amazing notes. This is from Kathleen. Kathleen sent me a box, which some of these are going to make their way back out to you, of gently used stamps. She sent me a whole bunch of them. Every time I do the card swap, I put a gift in there. It could be a gently used stamp. It could be some stickers. It could be something. I work with many companies, and some of the companies I no longer work with. Some of the companies have gone under. I get tons of stuff from all over the place. And so during my card swaps, and also to my YouTube members, I like to pay it forward. And so for my YouTube members, once a year, depending on what level of member you are, I bundle up all the fun goodies I get from some of the events that I go to, and I ship them out to people. And it's just a big variety of fun stuff. Gently used, brand new, all that kind of things. And so I also like to send them out in my card swaps because I am swamped with things that people send me from companies and whatnot. And so I like to pay it forward. They're not new, I will tell you that. But, you know, stamps don't go bad just because you've stamped them once, or a die cut doesn't go bad because you've die cut it once and it's off the package. You know, there's all kinds of cool stuff out there that we get to use. So I like to pay it forward. So Kathleen did the same thing. She had a bunch of stamps. She sent me a box with her cards. And so I will be paying it forward either in this swap or the next, or, you know, you'll be getting something. So I appreciate all the gifts that come to me, and I will use them. And then I will pay them forward. I also donate a lot of products to our local schools and to, you know, different programs around my area as well. So, because there's too much for just me, even with all the stuff that I get. Like, I'd like to spread the crafty goodness to everybody, especially I know people that are going to use them. All right, take a look at these two beautiful cards. These are again from Kathleen. I love them. They look like little mini works of art. So she has taken, and it's very delicate and very like, oh, Victorian kind of. Like it should be on a doily and I should be having tea, which I love. I love cards that strike an emotion and then make me feel like I'm in a zone for something. And that's what these ones are giving me. I should be at high tea right now with these cards. So love the image. She's letting the image do the shine. So here we have, it looks like all these beautiful snowflakes. It looks like buttons and things. Very, very cool. The lacy look, right? Very delicate. And then here we have this cute little fawn here lined up in front of a sleigh. Very delicate, very, very cute. I love it. And then she's put that lacy border. So she's cut the paper to fit inside the lacy border. Here we have a sentiment on the top, here in the bottom. For this one, she did it a little extra something something by having the embossing on the card, top and bottom, and then just keeping it simple on a white card base. You know, so she's added a panel. Oh, no, this one was on a pink card base. This one, she added the pink on top of the white. So just letting the beautiful paper do all the hard work, which I think is very, very smart. You don't always have to like start from scratch in terms of building everything from scratch, or you can. Like there's so many things you can do with cards. I think it's fantastic. These ones are so much fun. I don't know if it was a paper piecing thing that she's put this together, like she's built this, or it came as a sticker already made. I'm thinking this is something she has pieced together and created. I love the bug with the tree on it. So cute. Little Santa's in there driving. So it might be a sticker. It might be a kit. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. It's cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then there's this one. This one's a little shaker element in there. She's got some glitter in there. And then she's just paired it with a fun background card, a little sentiment. Here, the sentiment's on the bottom of the snow globe, which perfect for shaker card is to make it look like a snow globe. So cute. And then here we have a little Merry Christmas. This one's got a little panel on it, so it's got like a little tag. I don't know if you'd be able to take that off. I wouldn't take it off. It's perfect on the card. I'm just keeping it simple, again, from Kathleen. She also has sent in a couple of cards, which I think are perfect to show how to use up your scraps. I am such an hoarder of scrap paper. I love paper. I design my own paper too. And I'm like, I don't want to throw it away. But I love using it up until it's like, there's like a sliver that I can't use. So these are perfect for using up those paper pads of all those gorgeous papers. Here's two ideas. This one of my favorites, cut your paper in strips and then trim it down. So you just put the strips, glue it down, and it can be all from one paper pack. It could be everything. Put some sentiments on there going in diagonals and then cut it out to be the front of your card. Easy peasy. This one is you're cutting some of these gorgeous papers, because some of these, it's so hard to put these on a card because they have these little cute scenes. And how do you use those? And you use them by cutting them out into little panels of squares or rectangles and like building it, almost like, you know, Tetrising it on there, and then placing it. She placed it on a white cardstock that she has embossed. It's got this kind of brick background, a couple of poinsettias on there, beautifully die cut out. And then she's placed it on a pink background, and on the inside, Merry Christmas. Super cute. I love it. I love a good hack for using up my scraps. And then of course I had to throw this one. I've seen this one before. It is so much fun. So it is I think this whole thing, whoops, get back on there, you silly Santa, stay. It's a full 12, and then it's all about cutting in the middle, scoring at certain places, folding it so it has your peaks and valleys all come together, and then it folds back in. There's a name for this, and heck if I know what it is, but it's so pretty when it sits up on a mantle. Again, I'm the mantle girl. I love how it sits. And then look at the cutie papers. This probably came from all the same paper pack, and I bet it came with these beautiful stickers as well. And then this is where you would write your sentiment. And then look at that. Super cute. I love that paper. The Santa with the little nutcrackers and like the light pinks. Adorable. Love, love, love. Okay. Next one up we have is Patricia DeBoer. Hopefully I said that correctly. I'm sorry if I say any name wrong. Not intention at all. These ones I wanted to point out that you have these really cool background papers. They're not what I would call like design papers, like it's got the Santas and stuff. Like the that little Santa, I'm gonna have to fix it. This one's coming off too. I'm gonna get some glue. I'm gonna put this one off to the side. I hate for anybody to lose their Santa in the mail. And I'm going to re-glue these. I have a couple. I have to be the card doctor on a couple of cards. So I'm just going to put that one off to the side so I can fix that. I'm going to get my Bearly Art glue and stick it right next to that card so I do not forget. There's another one I have to do a little help to it. And you'll see it in a minute. So these cards are beautiful because the background of the paper is so gorgeous. This one is all these gorgeous trees. And how do you get something to put on top of that pops it? Is she's made a frame. So here's this beautiful die. It almost looks like an old-fashioned mirror frame. And then she's got the sentiment in there, this oval with a little gem. I love these gems. They're like not sequins. They're just cool. They almost look like the candy stripes, but they're metallic. They're really, really pretty. They're so gorgeous. I really want one. Like I'm loving it. And then this one looks like it's molten like metal on top of the card with the foil. So pretty. I love that. And then she's got this cute little owl, and I love the sentiments. I'll be thinking of you this season. Again, I'm a sucker for animals. A couple little, these ones are sequins on here, but they're just like flat back sequins without the hole in them. And a little something on the inside of the card. I just love little somethings. Here's a little, like I say, a strip of that paper. And the inside, it's not just, I love it that she's put white on the inside of both these cards because the main cardstock is not white, the base of the card. So she's giving you a place to write your sentiments and your, you know, thank you so much, Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff, your notes that you put in your cards. But instead of just doing it as a cut, as a rectangle, she's die cut it to give a little something, something on the inside, which is really pretty. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, is that everybody for this side? Okay. Next over here, again, another one from Patricia. Look at this. Again, a great way to use up your scraps. I love this. You have a beautiful stamp, and this one she's done like a layer. She has a background stamp, very, very, very light brown, just to give it like a background. And then on top of that, she put a dark red that matches the dark red of this color, and that is your From Our Home to Yours. So it's given the stamp some dimension. It's not just on the white. Very cool. And then I love that you can't pull it out because everything's glued together, but she's created this little pocket out of the pattern paper that she's cut in triangles and layered upon itself. Such a smart card, super simple. These little hearts as gems on there. But what a great way to use up some of your scraps. I'm going to keep this one too, because that's a great way to use your scraps and also to use up some of your stamps, like to get your stamps an extra love. And I love that layering of that stamp. So smart. And there's the inside again. That one's mine as well. Thank you, Patricia. Look at this one. I love, okay, I'm a sucker for blue. I'm a sucker for so many different things, but I appreciate all the hard work that goes into every card from every level of card maker. I love it. I love it. I love it. All the time and effort and love you put into your cards is so much fun. This is like the blue tree from heaven. I love it. So we have our white cardstock, our blue, and then we have our pattern paper. It almost looks like watercolor trees. And then she has her die cuts and they're layers. So you have your background, and then on top of that, so here you can see best with the blue one here. It's blue, and then there's a layer on top that's die cut out that looks like snowflakes, so it becomes that layered tree. We have the background here, so she's played with blue, white, and silver. So she's got her trio of trees with different elements. The one with the dots, she didn't put a background to because you really don't need to. It works just beautifully. The white one, she did a white on white with this really cool kind of lattice on there. Very, very pretty. And it's just, there it is. Easy peasy, also from Patricia. And then here's a fun one. Again, it's such an easy card to do once you understand how to do this element right here. It's not difficult at all. It's just cutting, gluing, and then a little bit of folding. And so when it sits on your mantle, it just has this big wow factor. I know you can't see that, but when it sits, it looks like this. It has this dimension. And I love that she's taken her die cut elements. So she's colored and stamped, colored, and die cut out, and that crosses over, so it gives the card the dimension when it sits, because it doesn't just sit there. Here we have another little something here, so you could write in this space right here. I love that she's got a little pull tab on there, and it's not just a pattern paper. She's got like embossing of wood, so it looks like the birds are sitting in the tree of the wood. Really, really cute. And it's all just about how to do this little element right here. Again, not hard once you understand how to do that. And there's oodles of classes online and tutorials about how to do that. So really, really fun. And then she has these ones, again, just keeping it simple. You don't have to go overly complicated, but letting the paper do the work. So here is 2 cards, the same concept. She's let what I call the project life cards here, that, you know, let that be the main sentiment. That's the focal point. Added the pattern papers. Here we have 2 strips, but she's backed with black. Here she did it in plaid, same concept. Here, and she switched it. So here it's plaid in the background, here it's the snowflakes. So if she did snowflakes, it's the plaid. If it's a plaid, it's the snowflakes. And I love that she didn't just do one giant strip, it's 2 small strips with the black in there. Smart. And a little something in there and a little sentiment on the inside. Cute, cute, cute. Everybody's so good with their cards. All right, so next batch. Got a little note. Thank you so much. I love my notes. These ones, I pulled them mostly because they were animals and they're so cute. I love it. I love it. I love it. They're just adorable. This one, I think, was done on a Cricut or a Silhouette or something like that, where it does the drawing factor. So you find the file where it draws it for you, and then it does a little bit of cutting. So everywhere you see red on here is actually from the red and behind it. So it cut through the white paper, you glue the red in there. So again, your cutting machines can do this card, but I love that she did the focal point is the fact that it can do the drawing. It's not the cutting, which, you know, we, at least for me, I always think of all my cutting machines as, oh yeah, they're big cutting machines, not, sorry, I'm getting my chair. I'm tired of standing. I'm going to sit for a hot minute. I love that they can draw. And so she's focused on that one for this particular card. And it's all the cutie animals. Look at all the little kitty cats. And then here, this one, I think it's one that she found, this printed image. You could have downloaded it. You could have done all kinds of stuff to it. And it's the dog and the tree is the paws. Look how cute that is. And it says Merry Christmas. And it's just such a cute, cute card. And on the inside, so cute. Great color combos. Pink and teal. Perfect, perfect. And this one, keeping it easy. Again, using the drawing element on there. And this one actually does the entire card for you. So it does cut the elements in here. It probably does it this way. So you place the card in there. It does all the little fun things for you. Great cards. All right. This one's fun. If there's so many fun dies out there, or this could be cut on there's probably a cut file out there that can do this, where this is 2 separate elements. So you've got the green that's been cut and it looks like the lattice, and then you have the red and it cuts it, looks like the lattice. And when you put the 2 together, it makes this beautiful plaid. Then she has the Merry Christmas that's got the outline, the little, we have our flower up here in the corner, really pretty. And it's as simple as that. But I love that plaid look. That's so much fun. So, and using traditional colors for the card, and these ones are also from Maureen. All right, next up we have, again, I loved it because it's using this pattern paper here that looks very, very busy, like there's a lot going on. And I love how she took a busy pattern paper and found 2 different ways to use that. So taking something that's just a lot of stuff going on and using it to your benefit. So she's cut it just in a big square, matted on red, a little sticker at the top, done. This one, she's took a strip of it and she's backed it onto some other pattern paper, and it's like this whole background. I think she printed that one. It feels like it's been printed, and a little sticker at the top. Keeping it simple, keeping it simple. I love it. I'm leaning, I love the detailedness of stamping and coloring, but I also appreciate the simplicity of cards too. This one, I believe, is a printed image that then has been cut to make it look like it's a tear stamp. I love the stamp looking cards where it looks like it should be pulled apart and it's got the background layers. I feel like this is also like a Cricut type or, you know, Silhouette card, you know, cut file card, where it's been like a print then cut, but instead of cutting it fully, she's printed it. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Oh, no. Okay. So the background, these little elements have been cut to put on top. So maybe it was printed, cut to be squares, or you could cut it yourself. And then, so that would be a fun way. Like you could do a card that the SVG files are the background layers. It looks like stamps. And then you've got these little squares that you can put in there. Super cute. All right. I'm keeping this one for myself too. I have ideas and I love the colors on this. So pretty, so pretty. Okay, next up we have some beautiful cards. Ooh, I can't read the name on that because they're so dark. Okay, here we go. Carrie Dixon. Carrie sent me this super cute stamp set. Thank you so much. And then she put like a little thanks at the top that she stuck on there. Look at that adorable stamp set. I will probably end up using it for personal use, not for my, and then I will pass it along when I'm done using it. There's a limit. Some stamps, you tell me, some stamps I will keep forever because it's a sentiment on there or there's an image on there I will use and use and use. Some stamps, I use it 1 or 2 times. I'm like, let's give it somebody else to play with. Not that I didn't love it. I loved it. I don't see myself using it multiple times. I'm not a stamp hoarder. I keep what I definitely use. And then once I'm done using it, I kind of, there you go. Somebody else can love the amazing stamp. Not that I don't love this. This is really cute. I love this. This is perfect for spring, Easter, because it's got carrots on it. Super cute. Thank you so much. I'm putting that in my little drawer. All right. Does anybody else do that? They have like their certain stamps that they just really stick with, and then they have stamps that they use 1 or 2 times and they're kind of like, I'm good. Or am I alone? I don't know. All right. Cute die set, or this could also be a cut file. I am not sure. Hey, Mandy, day is going pretty good. You're hoarding everything for now. Yeah, I've been doing it for long enough that I just can't hoard everything anymore. There's just not enough space in the house. I have to purge. So using, and whatever it is, whatever the die cut set is or the image. So here she's taken, it's the Mary and it's cut across the top. And then this one has a straight edge and this one's got a scalloped edge, which she could have just gone in and cut this one off. So she's added her own scallop, little stamp. So it says Merry Christmas. This one says Mary. She's added a little, this is actually a wood piece up in the corner, but 2 different colors, 2 different backgrounds. I love the white on the blue. I love the red with the green. It's so pretty. And then on the inside, she has her sentiment, which is just super cute. But it's the same image. Just look how different, same stamp set on both sides. Look how different it looks with different colors. So I love when people change it up and use different colors, but use the same thing, especially when they give them to me and I can be like, look how different the card looks, but it's the same thing. It's so much fun. This is another beautiful one. I don't know if this is a stamp or if this was done on like a Cricut. It could be either way. Beautiful background paper. I feel like she has ink blended this background paper, or it came that way. Either way, you could make it yourself with ink blending. Beautiful Silent Night. And I love this like swirly, almost looks like a Milky Way. And she did it with the bigger loop at the bottom on this one. And for this one, she did the bigger loop at the top. So I love how it's changed on either side. Beautiful Silent Night. Love that cut filed or die cut or whatever that is. On the inside, may your season be peaceful and your new year be bright. So beautiful. And I love like the dark blue. I'm a sucker for blue, sucker for blue. Again, these are also from Carrie Dixon. She also, these ones are so cool. It looks like mini works of art. So she has an embossing folder that she has then colored the elements that have been embossed. And she's kept it very like dark and mysterious. And oh, it's so cool. And it just reminds me of medieval times. I don't know why. Like I feel like I'm in the Tudor time period, not medieval, like Tudor time period. Like I'm with Henry VIII right now. That's the vibe I'm getting. And so she's colored in the elements. I don't know if she painted on top or she's used color. And then she put like a glossy sheen on the top. Look how cool that is. And that needs very vintage. Yeah, yeah. But it's giving me like Tudor time period. I don't know why. Merry Christmas. Here we have the plaid. She's put a tiny, tiny bit of an edge on this. So this one, she used the entire embossing folder. And then this one, she just used a portion of it, or it was another one. I'm not sure. I can't quite tell, but it's so cool. Same technique, but now instead of having the entire panel of the card, it's not bought, but it does look like it's a bought vintage card, but it's not. Like I can see that she's done this on an embossing folder and it's just so pretty. She had another one too. And I don't know if, like, I can't tell. It almost looks like this has been shrunk down. It's cool. I don't know. She must have a series of these, but they're very, very pretty. So just think, if you've got an embossing folder, look at the technique that you could do. She did it on a darker paper. She's done lots of dark emboss, like there's a lot of ink blending going on in the background. That's the non-embossed section, and then painted over top. But just think of the ideas for that. That is so fun. And I love the darkness of it. I don't know why. It's very, it reminds me of all the paintings, how they just kind of have that dark look to them from the time period. You know, all of when you go to like the Louvre or you go to the Met or things like that, they're just very cool. Very, very pretty. And looks like mini works of art. Truly. They're very cool. And again, also from Carrie. I love that technique. These ones are so much fun because I just love bottle brush trees. It like we go from dark and mysterious to like cute and happy from the same card maker. I love how just crazy we all go in every which direction, and we're not just a one trick pony. We do everything, which is so much fun. All right, so here we have these cutie bottle brush trees. It's a series of stamps, and they all have like different bases, and you have the different trees. I don't know if it was like if it's 2 set stamps. I'm not sure who this is from. This one she's done in all red, and this one I love how she's done like a green and then like the teal on top. This one she's also added a little bit of some texture, like a texture paste at the bottom, so it's like sitting in sand or like in oh, you know how they have like that it's like cotton, but it's got glitteriness to it. It's almost like she's made them look like they're glitter house trees or something. I don't know. It's like it's setting on like a mantle with cute texture to the bottom. This one she's kept plain. These cards are like this. So you have the ability to put in a gift card on the inside, a cute little bottle brush on the tree. This is a great card with a little gift card holder inside of there. Super fun. Happiest of holidays, little Christmas tree. I pulled it like when I go to pick cards, especially if you send me 20 cards or they're all a little bit different, I'm like, what looks different? What's something I haven't seen in a while, or what's a great technique? What's something that anybody could take and use that idea at home? And I totally missed the gift card part on the inside. I didn't even open this to see this. This is even better now. That is so much fun. And yeah, she just cut that off. She's folded it back so that she took the front part of the card. She folded it back, glued here and here, cut a little thumbprint in here so you could like just a little half circle, and glued it down and made that little gift card on the inside. Super smart. Okay, I'm keeping the green one because, you know, I like green because I love that insert. And then these ones, I love rainbows of any kind. I love so many things, but rainbows are definitely one of my things. And I love that it's these little die cut rainbows of all different types. You put a pattern paper in there, which is what she's done, and it's been die cut, and she's just kept it bright and happy. I love the layer of the scalloped edge, little dots in here. Simple, have yourself a merry little Christmas at the bottom. And just keeping, I love the color tones in this, and it's bright and happy and rainbowy, but you definitely tell it's Christmas. Like it has that, because you can see the papers in here have that kind of Christmassy vibe to it. And of course it says Christmas on it, but just super cute. Super, super cute. Little ornament stamp on the inside. Adorable. Super adorable. And again, these are also from Carrie Dixon. She did so many different varieties of cards. This next set of cards, I'm going to show her the cards first. This is the origami stuff. I think there's so much fun. 2 different colors. And she sent me a handmade card. I love it. And it's got butterfly rainbows on it. Oh, she knows me so well. Beautiful, bold, bright colors and rainbows. That's me. And not only did she write in a card, I love it, but she wrote me this amazing story. I'm not going to go all into it, but I'll read this part. This one's for me. But the fact that she wrote me, thank you so much. Like, look at this. This is so amazing. Like this gorgeous handwrite note. And this is from Terry Green, or Teresa Green. She goes by Terry. Thank you, Terry. Oh, she's on. Hey, Terry. This was so sweet of you. I love it when you guys are on. I can really give you a shout out. So she's, thank you so much for doing the card swap. Anxious to see the cards I receive. Well, don't be anxious. Be excited. Be excited. Hopefully whoever receives mine will get some inspiration. I think they're going to get some inspiration from this because this is phenomenal. Blessings to you and your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I did do a quick read on this, but I'm going to spend some more time reading that. I got to put my glasses on for that because it's tiny, tiny print. Your handwriting is so beautiful. These are so fun. I love these. So this is where she's taken, it's like a square. No, it's a circle. I take it back. It's a circle. And you take the corners of every circle and you fold in the edges. And so it makes it look like it's a little box. And then you stack all little circle boxes next to each other. She's done them in red and green and beautiful pattern papers on here. I love the sentiments on this. And she could have just stopped at that and put it on background paper, but no, the white paper she has on here, it's almost like a little bit of a shine to the paper. She has then embossed it to give it that whole extra something. For whatever reason, my screen just got this kind of vintagey sepia tone to it. So sorry about that. A little bit of ribbon at the bottom on this one with the warm wishes. Here one, she's got a little bit of some twine, a little bit of floss on there. Opening it up, and may your Christmas be trimmed with love of family, laughter, and friends. Very cute. And on this one, we have this one. wishing you the best times of Christmas. And this one, she's heat embossed on not only the warm wishes here, but also on the inside. She's heat embossed, and it's got it with, gold. That's the word, gold. Done the basic fold with fabric. Yes, it is so much fun. I just love when there's cards have texture, and it's just a little extra something something on them. And you know, like there's a therapy in creating cards, and for her to go in and do all these little folds on the cards, it's something special, something special. This one is fabulous. I love this. So this one, she's got, I love the gold. It's very vintage and rustic and just a really cool card. And that gold foil just really makes everything pop. Cathedral fold. Thank you, Rosemary. Thank you very much. Inside, so we have this green cardstock base. She's taken, I love fabric on cards. I just think it adds something. So here she has burlap. And then she has this beautiful gold circle, foil circle. And then she's got the deer and the trees with some plaid. And then the greenery with the Christmas blessings at the bottom. Also with a little bit of some gold twine down there. And just keeping it simple, but so, so cute. These ones, and she mentioned this in her letter, that she loves to use napkins. And so I wanted to pull some of these cards here because these are all these gorgeous napkins. So she says she saves like certain boxes, like a little bit thicker. It's not card, it's like cereal boxes basically. And so she'll take the napkins, peel off the top layer. You can do a layer of, and depending on what adhesive and what your jam is. And there's so many beautiful napkins out there that have these gorgeous, like just like Santa. Look at this one, so pretty. And then you glue it on there and then you let it dry, and it basically acts as like a thick cardstock, like paper. And so then you can cut them up and use them for your cards. And that's what she's done for here. So she's found these beautiful napkins and turned them into cards. The only other thing that she's done for this one is this one. She has this die cut piece, a little bit of some twine on here, backed it with this gold foil. Here she's added the red ribbon and some little gems. And for the Santa, the only thing she did is put a little bit of twine on there. And then on the snowflakes on here, she's put a little gem on some of these snowflakes. So this is a really cool technique for doing that. I've also seen people do this with fabric, where they will take gorgeous pieces of fabric, glue it. They'll put like a sticky back to the fabric and then put it on like the cereal boxes to make it thicker, and then cut them up and use them like paper. I mean, there's so many amazing designs out there coming in so many fashions. There's nothing wrong with using them for whatever you want. And then stamped on the inside in various, sometimes they're printed. Oh, that might be a stamp though, but I like the printing too. So if you're interested in trying the stamping or the napkin thing, there's some amazing tutorials out there. And just look how cool they are, like the 3 different varieties of the napkins. And you can totally batch it because napkins come in sets. So I think that is so much fun. All right, this was a fun card. I love this fun fold card that she made. This is also from, she says it's stampingupsharon.com accordion fold. And this is also from Teresa Green. So she's got her embossing folder on the front with the nativity. Oh, his little crook is getting a little crooked. Stay on there. And then we have the star. I love just the simplicity of the front, so pretty. But then you open it up and the big wow factor is on the inside, which is so much fun. So it's just basically you've taken a card. You have then on the inside, you've got your scores where you've made your peaks and your valleys. And then she's added elements on inside. Here we have our angel. So here we have Christ is born, all is calm, all is bright, silent night, very cute. And then when it sits on your mantle, look how fun that is. So you'd see this when it sits on your mantle. Very, very pretty. And on the back side, she's got her information. And then she did another one, which again, this one's so cool. I was like, oh, it's just a little pull card. Like it's just got a little pull. But this one, look at the star. So when I go to pull the tag out, look at the star. The star goes with it. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I love it. That is the best thing ever. It's got a little sliding mechanism. My hand is what's sliding it, but I love how the stars kind of popped out in there. So it makes you feel like you're looking at some sort of formal invitation, which I think is so much fun. And it says, when they saw the star, they were overjoyed. And then, oh, holy night, here we have the 3 wise men. Here we have the star. It's going up and down. And it's just such a fun card. Little pull tab. It's the star that does it for me. I think that's just a fun little element to having a card that does something like this. It's just so cool. And I don't know how that would not be very good sitting on a mantle. So you'd have to like do a little prop on the back or something, or lean it against the edge. Very fun. Also, again, from Teresa. All right. next up, we're not done. We got a long ways to go. We got a bunch of people. And heads up, this is also first of a few videos. There's going to be quite a few videos on the Christmas card swap. So we definitely have at least 2 more. It depends on how many. We have had, just as a heads up, we have had almost 100 people part of this card swap this year. Pretty good. And again, you can still be a part of it. So link is down in the information section. But that's pretty decent. Pretty decent. I love it. Okay. There are so many great cards for sure. All right. So these are ones that I don't know if it was done on the Cricut, where the Cricut has gone and done the coloring on it, or it's been a stamp, or it's a stencil. Either way, it's a focal point of a large element. It could be a stamp, it could be a stencil, it could be cut with the Cricut, and just keeping it simple with the matting and keeping it simple with the sentiments. Adding a little something with some glitter to it, little gems to it. And I love just like the extra colors of the matting and just keeping it nice and simple. It's really pretty. And like matting it on a non-traditional, I always tend to go with white as my cardstock base, but I'm loving this purple. Like this purple with the gold, it's very regal, very, very regal. It's just, this color combination is very, very, it still gives me Christmas vibes for sure. But I'm loving that plum. And this is from Linda S. Very pretty. That's our first one. Look at these. These are fun. They have like this cool opening. Look at that. And then it opens up again. Ta-da! I think, oh, and then there we go. This one just keeps on going. So much fun. I'm gonna have to keep one of these because that's just a cool card. It just keeps on going. There we go. Ta-da! So what I love about this one is there's so many fun panels you can play with when you're making the card. So it's the blank of the design that is fun for me. So you obviously have the inside of your card, but then she put a panel of pattern paper in here. I want to see what's inside of this one. So she has done, oh, see, look. So she's had some fun using some of the pattern paper in there. I love paper and I love how to use it. So then we have, it folds back. So this is like a base of a card. And then we have this little triangle. Now on this part of the card, she has embossed it. So look at that. Not just keeping it simple, simple. She's gone a little bit extra. You could totally put another pattern paper on here, but I love how she's changed up with some embossing folders. Very cute. Then we have our little tuck piece, our little corner here. And I love that it's not just another square or a rectangle. It's actually a triangle. So it's a change in the shape. And then we have another corresponding. So here's the other triangle at the top. So she's got 2 triangles. Basically, it's a square turned on its end. And then that folds down. And on the top one, she's got it glued. So here we have another panel. And the purpose of that inside panel is because it glues to that triangle for that top panel. And that is what gives you the card. And so she's just played with the elements. So here we have all the light bulbs, and then she's added some extra fun light bulbs on the outside of the Merry Christmas. And then here we have all of the candies, and she's added a cute little extra candy element. Oh my goodness. And it's like metal on there. So cute. And then it's again from Linda on the back. So adorable. And I'd like that the front, you can see some of that embossing folder, and she didn't just do plain paper. This is like, it's pattern paper, but it's plain, if you get what I mean, because it's red, but it's hints of reds with a stripe, which is very nice. I love that. Very, very nice. These ones are gorgeous just because of how just classic they are. I just think they're so much fun. She's taken a very beautiful die cut element, or it could be on your Cricut, and she's got its foil on glitter, which I think is just so pretty. I love the foil on glitter. Classic red bow, a little bit of that glitter paper at the top, the foil in the background, or change it up into green as a little bit of a change. Peace and joy and love down here. The joy has all been heat embossed, but the joy's got like a glitter heat embossing to it. And just keeping it simple because you want the focus to be on this element right here, which is your beautiful ornament. And then the gorgeous red of the card. I love it. Also from Linda. Then we have these gorgeous cards. So again, keeping it nice and simple, classic colors. The trees are the focal point, which have been popped up, but not just on white cardstock. She has embossed it. So she stamped it first, and then she embossed it. That way the stamp would go on there nice and clean. Added in some extra little red dots here and there, matted it on green, and then put it on red, keeping it very, very classy. So I love the look of it. If you've got little cute trees, if you don't have stamped trees, they're just triangles. You could also cut them out of pattern paper, and then whatever embossing folder. I always forget to pull out my embossing folders. I need to do it more. Every time I do these card swaps, I'm like, embossing folders are so cool. And I never use them. I have them. I just always forget to use them. This is a fun one, and I see this embossing folder show up every single year, and it's perfect for Christmas because it looks like falling snow. And it's just a bunch of little dots where they're heavy concentrated at the top and they get lighter and lighter. She's paired that with a really pretty stamp that is a Christmas tree that says, "May the spirit of love and beauty of the hope and the blessings of peace be your gifts this Christmas season." So it's a beautiful sentiment within the front of the tree, lots of little fun things, and she's colored them in, stamped it first, then embossed it so it would be nice and clean on the card. Some little presents. These are stickers, a little something up at the top, matted it with red, and then placed it on green. Very cute. All right. Next up, oh, those are all from Linda, by the way. And then next up here, we have Betty Ackley. This one's cool because I was like, oh, normally we would do a pattern paper for the die cut, and you would do a blank for the background. Like you would have a solid color for the background and a pattern paper for the element that was cut out. And she did it backwards, which I think is so cool. So here she's got, I think it's like a foil sticker that she's put on the background. And then she has this angel that she's done in the same blue as the background. And it pops so beautifully. I love that it's the shadow of it versus the other way around, where it's like this would be the pattern and then that would be solid on the background. I love the difference of that. And the little star right there, just super classic and just very fun. I love the flip on that one. Very, very cute. Very fun. All right, here is two fun trees. I love how people like go in and they'll do all kinds of fun folding, kind of like the one that you said it was a cathedral fold, I think it was, for the little circles. This one is one I've seen a few different times where you can take it and you fold it and it looks like a Christmas tree. I've never done this, but I think it's so fun and it's a great way to use some of your pattern papers. So, and then for that one, she's put the tree on a rectangle and she's embossed the whole front. And then this then opens up like this. So she's placed it here, cut out the top is just kind of a fun difference, and then had all the fun patterns. And I love how she's done the embossing on this one. But here's a different kind of a tree. This one, it's not folded. It's like, I think you could go in and you could puff up each of these little pieces. It doesn't travel very well, unfortunately. So once you get it, you would have to do this. But it's like it's slit to a point. And so you'd go in and you'd puff up each one of these little sections and it gives you like this three-dimensional tree like that. See that once you get it, you would do this to yourself. So it's cut like two pieces of paper are in here. And then you fold it on itself and you cut little slits. So you can do this with scissors, which is kind of fun. And then she's got little stamps in here. And then this one opens up and we have, that's kind of a fun insert. I love the oval with the diamond, which is just a square. That's a fun one. And I love this little tree. It's so cute. And not hard to do. Like just scissors could do that. I bet there's a cut file for it though as well. And these are all from Betty Ackley. She has some other fun ones in here. So this is another fun fold. This one kind of got me because I was like, there's a whole lot going on here. So first of all, it's kind of there's this little piece right here, which ends up folding out a whole different direction. So it can land like this, right? But then this piece also opens up too. So it's just got a lot going on. And it's like, it tucks in. So it folds really nicely when it's in a card because this front piece holds it in. But I was not expecting this one to open, which is kind of fun. So it's a standard size card. And she's taken the front element and tucked it back in. And so that's this piece. And then she's added like a mini card onto the front. And then every single one of these panels, she's put cardstock on. And I love that she's done the candy canes, the candy cane, which is really cute. Again, also from Betty. This one's fun. I've seen easel cards. Easel cards seem to be kind of the jam right now, but this is a different one. So this is an easel card that goes up like this. So when it sits on your desk, it goes like that, which is kind of interesting. So she's taken a standard card. This time, instead of it, like she's turned it so it opens this way, right? She did book fold it. So I'm gonna emphasize this. She's book folded right there. And then she's got the scoring and had the panels on here, front element of a stamp and coloring. And then this piece comes up and it tucks into there. And then she has a little ornament. So it definitely like would tuck into there and not fall out, which I think is really cute. So you can leave it like that. Or again, it's meant to go on your mantle. So it goes like that on your mantle. Very cute. I love that. And then she has another Christmas tree, which is so much fun. So it's here she has a die cut Christmas tree, lots of green happening, which I think is so, I love monotone cards because they're just, it's an easy way going, well, what am I going to use? What am I going to play with? What colors do I want? Just find greens, find blues, find purples, pull all the colors that you have of those pattern papers or cardstocks or whatever and use them. So she's die cut the tree and then she's placed it on top of a series of squares that she's turned to make diamonds. So we have a large one the tree fits on, two smaller ones, and then that fits on the front of this card. So it's just basically a card. I don't want to mess it up, but if you think about it, this is basically just a card that she's got this little insert that she's cut out and grooved. The front panel has been tucked back in. And so on top of that, she also has this little pop-up, which I think is really cool. So when the card opens, you get this extra fold right in here, and that's what this piece does inside of there. And so it gives us this whole other element of something. So again, when it sits on your mantle, you see this, which is really cool. And it says Very Merry Christmas. I love all the squares turned onto diamond edge, which is really fun. Lots of cool angles on this card, which is really cool. All right, also from Betty Ackley. Oh my, we have so many more to go. Well, no, we have 3 more people, but they each have sent in cards. So this is another one I have to do a little TLC. The little guy fell off. So I'm going to put this over here with my card doctoring that I need to do. These ones are from Lori Hibbard. She's got a little sticker on the back. You forgot one, Lori. And again, this is a card that as long as it fits into the size of an A2 size card, which it definitely fits into there, it can be smaller. It doesn't have to be a full size card. So these ones I think are definitely cut with some sort of electronic cutting machine, Cricut, Silhouette, Brother, something like that. Caesar, whatever it is. And I love the little gingerbread man sitting in his little mug and, you know, having his little hot chocolate bath. It says Merry Christmas on here, and it's just a cute little card. I love it. It's just nice and small. Merry Christmas be wrapped in happiness and tied with love. Adorable. And then she's done another set of Christmas cards. These again done with the Cricut. They're all been cut and like pieced together, a little snowman. So I'm sure you could go in and find this cut file in there somewhere. Super adorable. Look on the inside. This one looks like it got printed because it's got all these printed elements. I love printed inside sentiments. They're so much fun. Wishing you a season of gladness, a season of cheer, and to top it all off, a wonderful year. Also from Lori. And then over here we have the Santa. I see the Santa every year and I love it every single year. The entire card face is the Santa. This time though, like this, which I think is kind of fun, the beard on the Santa, so his little mustache kind of beard, because this is his beard and this is mustache. And to give you the difference, because it's white on white, she did this in vinyl. And she also did this in vinyl, which I think is really smart. And the eyes are done on vinyl. So it's like sticker vinyl, which I think is so smart on cards instead of having, because it's already sticky. So you just cut it out and you stick it down. And I think it's smart. And also up here, she's done that in vinyl too. Very fun. Cute, cute, cute. And then just a little bit of like a white fleck on the eye to make the eyes look like eyes. Adorable. So it was on the inside. Very cute. Oh, a little glitter, a little sheen on the inside there. And then this is her last one, which she also, whoops, they're going overboard. The cards are going overboard. Stop, 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 cards. My pile is getting too high and they're cascading back into screen. Stay. I know you had your chance to shine. So you give the other cards a chance to shine. So here we have, and these are again, all cut in vinyl. Vinyl is so much fun on cards. You could do heat vinyl, HTV, that works great, but also sticker vinyl looks really great on cards too. So you can cut it out. She's placed it on the front. Even the sentiment is vinyl. The stars are vinyl. And then you just place it on the front of your card and you're good to go. Look at that. And on the inside, she's got her sentiment. Easy peasy. I love it. So don't discount vinyl on your cards, mostly also because it's already a sticker. So once you've cut it out and you've weeded it, you just put the transfer, instead of transferring it onto anything, you put it on paper. It works great. I use them in my journals all the time. I love it. I love it. All right. So those were all from Lori Hibbard. Next up, we have Carla Macito. Look at these beautiful cards. Similar concept, similar papers, but this is just a larger circle versus a smaller circle. And then she's taken a pattern paper and cut out a scallop out of the edge, which is fun. And then just keeping it simple. This one makes it look like it's a snow globe, but you can take the same concept and just do a circle and then have a little sentiment at the bottom. And then open it up. And she's got her little sentiment on the inside. Love a little sticker in there. Super cute. Very fun. And this one she's used vellum to make her shaker card, which I think is fun. So you don't have to use the clear stuff. I'm just tapping it to get the shaking going so you can see the elements. And it's like a frosted snow globe, which I think is really cool. And then on the inside, we have Merry Christmas, a little sticker on the inside. Stickers, do not discount stickers. Stickers are awesome. Stickers are fantastic. And she has done a great job of using stickers. So here we have our Joy. These have been die cut out, but here we have these beautiful stickers, and they're foil stickers too. Look how gorgeous those are. And then just keeping it simple with a little element onto the side. And Merry Christmas, putting a sticker on the inside. Super cute. Super cute. I love these. Here is another one with a Santa. Okay, I had to pull out the strawberry shortcake. This is a callback to my childhood. She had a couple with the Santa, and then she threw in this strawberry shortcake one. I was like, what the heck? And I just had the biggest giggle on that because I was a strawberry shortcake girl, I swear. Care Bear, strawberry shortcake, Shira, that was my jam in the 80s. I loved it. So when I saw this little strawberry shortcake shot show up, I was like, I have to show this on video. So these again are all by Carla. Look at this. And I was like, how is she going to pull this into Christmas? What's the thread here? Where are we going with this? And it says, wishing you a berry Christmas. I was like, that's it. And then she's got little strawberries on the inside. You can turn anything into Christmas. And this proves it because I love my strawberry shortcake. I might keep that one just because it's so cute. But for the other ones, she's got like these vintage Santas. I love these. Are so pretty. Well, Merry Christmas. Again, I love that she's not just put the mat. It's been a die cut with that scallop border with the pattern paper. So much fun. There's a throwback to my childhood. And these ones were so cool. It reminds me of like that this was the napkins, because I've seen napkins like this, but these are all stickers. She just basically took the stickers, layered the front of the card with the stickers, and it just looks so cool. Also, the stickers are fantastic too, because it makes me hungry. They're all cookies and cupcakes and chocolate. I want a Christmas cookie, darn it. And then she's like cut it off so it makes it look like it's paper. So she's gone off, and that's the key thing. If you're ever going to make anything look like it's part of paper and you want it to not look like it's too perfect, have them come off the page and trim them off and overlap. And she's done a very, very good job of that. I think that's so much fun. And on the inside, she has her little sentiment. Again, more little stickers. But those stickers are so cool. Like, I really want to eat that cookie right now. Right, that one. I'm going to eat his head off. Does that make me morbid that I want to eat Santa's head? It's kind of like with the bunny. Okay, so are you, I love this one for Easter. Like, they have the chocolate bunnies, and there's the bunny that's like missing his ears, and then there's the bunny that's missing his butt, and they're talking, and it's just chocolate bunnies. It's just like a meme. But are you a butt bunny person, or are you an ear bunny person? I'm an ear. I go for the ears first, for sure. All right. Next up, we have our cards from, it says, oh, shoot. K, it's K, and then, oh, I had it written Iowa. Kiowa. Sorry if I'm getting this wrong. So it's a big letter K, I think, and then her last name might be Iowa. I'm sorry. I don't have the full name, and I didn't have the screenshot up, but this is your stamp. It's a very pretty stamp. I like it. So really pretty cards. Great way, again, to use the pattern paper. So here we have pattern paper. She's matted it with a color contrast or similar color that's in the pattern paper, which is that burgundy. And then instead of doing it the same direction, she's flipped the last one on its side for the word joy. Here she went a little bit of a longer rectangle on that one. And just a standard, well, not quite standard. We went to the side, and we have this pattern paper on the inside. There we go. And then next up, we have a fun fold. And she's done it in a couple of different ways. So that is upside down. Here we go. All right. So it's like folding all different kinds of flappies. These are what I call flappy cards. So the flap goes up, and then the flap goes to the side, and there's your card. And it's little flaps, and it's just all about the little flaps and what you want to put on your flaps. So for both of the cards, for the front flap, which is basically like a little square card, she's added to the front panel, right? She's added like a fun element to the front. So pattern paper, using the pattern paper to her benefit, which is great. And then we have on the inside, this little strip right here. She's got some more fun pattern paper. For this one, she kept it plain and did Home for the Holidays. So she put her sentiment on there. And then when you open up the flap, she added some more of those elements. I love the gray with the red. It's really pretty. And then for this one, just a beautiful pattern paper that goes along with the pattern paper on the front. So very classic Christmas colors and like very kind of like modern-y Christmas colors. But she's keeping with the tones of what is in the pattern paper, which is really smart. That's kind of a fun card. Here we have a gatefold, but offset gatefold, because it opens up like this. So instead of it being right in the center, you have it just off to the side. So it creates all these fun panels, and she's used some really, really cute, fun cardstock for this, which she's matted in black. Open it up. Merry Christmas. Keeping it simple, keeping it cute. And then same element. So it's off to the side. Here she's kept it plain and green. And this one, she's put the mat on there of the pattern paper. A little sentiment here, little pearls. And then open it up, and she's got black on the inside. Super cute. And then for the next one, we have, again, a great way to use up some of your pattern papers that you have. You cut them into triangles. You have the smaller triangles for this side, larger triangles for this side. And then you can switch them. So basically you're going to cut panels for your cards, and you can flip flop them. And so you can have it either sideways, or you can have it vertical. So horizontal or vertical, two different ways of doing the card. Big sentiment in the center, and it's just easy. It's just a fun way. And I like that she's paired it with a very bold pattern paper, like a very busy one, with a little more calm one. So here we have the very busy one, a little more of a calm one. I like the contrast of the pattern papers that she's used. And then just keeping it simple on the inside. All right. And then our last one, we have our little peekaboo cards. I love cards that are always still something fun. So here we have Wishing a Merry Christmas. She's got the circle front cut out. Here she's got the circle. This one, she has little snowflakes. This one, keeping it very plain. I like the mustardy color with the red, very pretty, because it ties in beautifully with this pattern paper. So the circle is emphasizing an element inside the card. You open that up, and it's not just something on the inside. You can write on the inside. Very cute. So she lined up that circle just perfectly. Same for here. Open it up, and there you go. So it's just all about lining up where you put that circle. It could be a die, it could be from your cutter, it could be a punch, it could be whatever you like. And again, those were all from Kay, Iowa is the best I can describe. I'm sorry if I don't have, maybe it was Christine. I don't remember. It's on the spreadsheet. So gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Oh my goodness. We have so many cards. This is only one of a few videos that will be coming for this 2025 Christmas card swap from all these amazing card makers. So much inspiration I have gotten. I have like snagged my cards off the side. Hopefully you have gotten some wonderful inspiration from these. And if you are part of the card swap, you might be getting one of these cards back. So I do ask that you please put your name on the back. It could be a sticker, it could be handwritten, it could be a stamp, for a lot of reasons. When I do these videos, I can see that it's you. And also for when I do the swaps, and my son helps me with the swaps, that we don't give your card back to you by accident. I do my best, and so does he, to not give the cards back. But sometimes when it's just like a letter of your name versus your full name, and we're looking at the on the list, like who the spreadsheet is, we might be like, I think we're giving this back to the correct person. So I'm just showing, these are all the cards we went through for this video. So many amazing, over 55 cards. I tried to do a count. It's probably more than that, because sometimes I pulled 2 cards that were similar design, but they're still different. So I think we probably have close to 70 cards in this video. It's insane, but I love it. I love all these beautiful, all these amazing works of art from all over the world, even from Australia, those ones. And all different techniques. We had die cutting, we had foiling, we had cutting from your Cricut maker, we had a paper piecing, we had origami, we had a napkin, we had ink blending, we had vinyl. I mean, just so many different techniques that were in here. So hopefully these have inspired you. And again, if you're wanting to be part of this card swap, cards need to be posted by you, like put in the mail by tomorrow. If you only need to have 10, and they can all be different, the caveat is they need to be A2 size. That way you're getting the same size back, because we're not trading envelopes, like the actual little envelopes, these envelopes, if you know what I mean. So we're keeping that so that way it doesn't increase the cost of shipping. Somewhere in the realm of Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, New Year's, winter, something in that. I don't want anybody to feel like they're being left out. I want everybody to feel like they are welcome. It is open worldwide. If you do not see your shipping label on, like, for your country, I know I've got Canada, UK, Australia, and the USA is up there right now on my website. So when you click on there and it goes to card swaps, you will see those postage. And for, who was it? Natasha, I put Australia on there. So sorry about that. I had 2 people, and every time somebody mentioned, you don't have Australia on there, I'm like, I'll get it up there. I was traveling, and then I got home and I totally just forgot. So it is up there now. So you can go in there, and there is a spreadsheet that shows the tracking of the cards coming to me. And if you want to put your name on the spreadsheet, that is great. It's open for anybody to put their information on there. And then as soon as I get the cards, not the payment, when I receive the package of the cards, if your name is not already on there, then we add your name and how many cards we have received. So that is just a transparency of like, yep, I got them, they're here. And then I also post what video date. So for those that were in this cards, like in this video, your video date has been posted on that as well. That way you're like, oh yeah, my cards were there. So trying to be transparent about everything. And then the shipping dates, we're going to be shipping these out the very beginning of October. So you definitely have them in time for Christmas. That way you can utilize them and you can use them however you wish because they're your cards now. I love it because I get such amazing inspiration from these cards. I get to keep some, so I get inspiration. And then my mother will come in and my daughter sometimes, oh, I think I have some of her cards that are going to get put into the swap. So then she pulls cards and then, yeah. And then my mother uses them for Christmas cards. And yeah, it's just so much fun for inspiration. And thank you so much to everybody for all of the wonderful little, note cards, handwritten notes, for the stamps I got from some of you amazing ladies. There was a couple of stamps I got. Thank you, thank you, thank you. They are well loved and they will definitely be used. And I cherish every handwritten note, every little note that goes in there, but you do not have to send me a thing. I appreciate you just being part of the event and coming and watching the videos. So have an amazing day, everybody. There'll be more card swap videos coming down the line. There's already been tons of packages we've received over the past little while. I just got swamped with traveling to Tokyo and also the Makers Retreat, which there's still a couple boxes left. If you want to grab yourself a box of the Makers Retreat, that information is down below as well. And you can still be part of this card swap. And tons of videos coming your way from all of my crafty adventures and travels that I've gone on and all the cool things that I've seen and events I've gone to, from the silhouette event in Japan to Creativation to going to Europe, traveling to Canada, going on cruises and something about ducks. There's all kinds of fun things coming down the pipeline. Now that I'm not going to be crazy traveling, it's been a whirlwind of a year. I feel like I have not stopped in about 10 months. And also lots of fun other events that are all virtual events that I may be a part of. So if you want to be abreast of everything that's going on in the world of Erin Reed Makes, make sure you join my newsletter, because that way you can see all the free events, all the upcoming videos, all of the things that are happening, freebies that I send out, all kinds of cool stuff. Make sure you check that out as well. All right, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and hopefully you get to not be too terribly hot, and go hug a loved one. Bye, everybody.